I have people all the time ask me, well, how do I increase my dump trailer business? And then I have people ask me, well, how do you bid jobs, like construction jobs and everything? We're going to go on a job site. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm looking for, how I figure it, and hopefully you'll be able to learn something and kind of get into the inside. And here's the other thing is that if you have a contractor that you're working with, you might be able to figure out, hey, this is kind of how they do things, the way they look at things, and kind of go from there, so to speak. Here we are, we're going to show you how it's done. We're going to give them an estimate for repiping all the water supply lines and doing knockdown on the ceiling. The majority of this has already been scraped. We're going to have to do a lot of sheetrock or repair going back, and that's very tedious work right there. You're going to have to basically fold the tape down, get mud on it, squish it back up, then put another layer of mud on it. Got some nail pops that you're going to have to fix right there. As I kind of look at what has to be done in each room, and I know how fast both of my associates work, and so then I give them a dollar value per hour. And so you make where the profit is built into that hourly rate and make it so you can go ahead and get it, and that's how you're going to make your money, is hopefully they will get it done in a shorter amount of time than what you allotted. And even if they don't, then you still made money. If you think that it's going to take 8 hours, they say it's going to take 8 hours, but you bid the profit into the hourly rate, then you're still going to make some money. Not as much as you could have, but you're not going to lose any. That's the name of the game. No lose money. Somebody ran a bunch of CPVC pipe through here. I'm not a fan of that. I'd definitely be running PEX myself. But you got a shower up here, that manifold, that shower head's going to be replaced. And this right here, folks, is where somebody took a shortcut. There used to be and it might even go on today, but there used to be a big thing, and the way that the majority of that white stuff on the floor is all this popcorn ceiling that got scraped, dumped, and just left. Hey, we got electricity. God said, let there be light, and there was light. Ask and ye shall receive. Turn the switch on, you might get lucky. Believe it or not, I think that tile will clean up right there. But this wallpaper, oh my Lord, child. Got some nail pops. So, but what I was saying, having to do, why you see the ceilings like this, they would mix the paint and the primer in together, okay? Primer is supposed to give a surface for the paint to stick to, because paint doesn't adhere to sheetrock real well, or wood, or different surfaces, and that's the whole reason that we put primer on everything. Unfortunately, these people didn't do it like that. They took the shortcut, the fast route, the cheap route. You get what you pay for. Boom, there you have it. They want that door to come out, that balcony to come down, and that's going to be a big window right there. Right now, I'm just concerning myself with giving them a quote on doing the ceiling, okay? And that's going to be more. This is going to have to be scraped. Going to have to get a ladder in here, go from the stairs all the way up. Very time consuming and not a good thing. You got that piece of corner bead right there. That's going to have to be fixed, re-nailed, mudded. You got a lot of the edge filling that crack where they didn't do the sheetrock. A lot of that popcorn right there is going to need to still come down. The repiping is not going to be bad. You're going to have to pull all that sheetrock off the wall right there. I don't really like how they made that bend, but it is what it is. Now, this kitchen, this ceiling right here, this was not, nah, they tried to do something different here. Got a hole right there. Definitely going to have to do a lot of repairs in this area. to get this to where we can make it beautiful again. And you're going to have the best luck by taking this room by room, coming up with your dollar figure and everything, then add them all together and make this happen. As far as this is how I would get a bid together. And this is just how I do it, okay? I'll be here 20 different people, that ain't the right way to do it and everything. Okay, good. You're not running my company, and so it doesn't matter how you do it, but this is just an insight on the way that I do it, and I don't lose money. So my understanding is they no longer want this in here. They want to actually move the water heater into this area right here, which I think is a good idea. I got no idea where that dryer vent goes or how it works. And but you come and look more and more having to do with the ceiling, and still a lot of prep work that needs to be done in this area. That's my notepad right there, my flashlight. I'm gonna grab my notepad, start writing down figures as I'm going. Like, I'm gonna label this entry foyer, and then basically from above the door to this point right here going across, I'll give this a dollar value, okay? As far as what it would cost for one of my people to do this at my rate, and then have that basically a turnkey operation, okay? From this point going that way into the kitchen, I'm not paying any attention to that, and that won't get a dollar value until I do the by itself. Ooh, you gotta look at that good sheetrock job right there now. So now we are in what I would call the living room. And if you notice along that edge, you got issues with sheetrock tape. Part of that's also having to do with is nobody's living here, so the temperature changed, the humidity changes. We're in Florida, we got bad humidity, and that's not good for sheetrock mud. You need it to be dry. Got a place right there that's gonna need to be patched. They use that fiber tape. That always sucks. Some kind of patch right there, I don't know why. No telling. Might be having to do with the balcony that's right above this door. They might have had water intrusion coming back in and then leaking down right in there. You just never know. I'm going to take a good look at the kitchen. And right now, again, I'm just concerning myself with the ceiling. Got that patch right there. We're going to have to redo that joint. Got a lot that needs to be done in here. The lighting's looking a little sketchy. I don't know why they did that. There might have been some water damage coming down from there. No telling. You got ductwork. It might have been having condensation problems and everything. You know, there's a lot of prep work that's going to be involved on doing with this kitchen. Sheetrock, you got to remember, generally speaking, you can't knock it out all in one day. So what you end up doing is you having to make multiple trips. You got to add in a trip charge every time you drive here because it costs money. Your employees are en route. They're not producing any income as far as they're not accomplishing anything on the way over. So the company has to be compensated for that. It's all part of it. Whenever you go to paint a fresh surface that just has sheetrock mud on it and sheetrock, it's going to soak up paint tremendously, okay? So whenever you do say like it's going to take 7 gallons of paint, you better go ahead and buy 10 because that mud is going to suck that paint up like you've never seen before in your life. And I have had bids that I should have made a lot of money on that we didn't because I did not take into consideration how the paint was going to react. This is a bathroom right in here. I don't know how much it would increase the value. Me personally, I'd take this closet, make it into a shower. And that would increase the value. However, I don't know how much it would increase it And I think this is going to be a rental. I don't think they're flipping this property, so it's a whole different mindset on what you do with it. Oh man, that border right there. For the love of God, people, don't put that up in any properties. Please, please do not. Oh yeah, and subscribe to the channel. Bang, bang, hit that like button for me. I appreciate it greatly. That gray pipe right there is bad mojo. I'm willing to bet that that coming in is the supply line to the whole dwelling right there. Now, the reason that CPVC has been run is because of that gray pipe right there. What we call polybutylene. No good. Created by Satan. Bad mojo. Run, Forrest, run. That stuff's bad. It has a tendency that between 5 and 10 years of age, it starts to develop pinholes. What happens, go ahead and replumb it. Don't keep trying to patch it together. I assure you of this is because you're always going to be fighting a losing battle with it. It is absolutely freaking brutal. I'm telling you, that stuff is bad. Get you some PEX pipe, run that, done with it. PEX pipe, do me a favor. Don't go buy that combo crimper you find at Lowe's or Home Depot, okay? It's the one with the 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch in the jaw and everything like that. They're about 50 to 70 bucks. Don't do that. The one that's got the offset head, that's single, that's only one size, they're about $125, $150 a piece. Trust me on this, okay? Go to the plumbing supply house. Buy that one. The reason for that is that those ones with the combo head, those dies tend to wear out quicker and then become misaligned very easily. What that equates to is you get a drip, you get a leak, you get a little stream coming out, and it never fails at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, a buddy of mine that's a plumber told me, said, go ahead and spend the money on the good ones, all right? I've spent it, okay? I got the 3/4 inch, the 1/2 inch, $250 on them and everything, but every time I use them, I save myself $300 from having to call a plumber to come out, so they more than well paid for themselves. Some things, folks, don't skimp on. Don't be stupid. Just go ahead, buy the good stuff, and be done with it one time. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with that? Well, if you said it, you're right. That drain pipe right there coming from the bathroom sink, doesn't have the grade going down. It's actually like this, so water's always going to be backing up. You'll still have enough head pressure to push it out the drain, but it should be elevated. Everything should be running from the smallest pipe to the biggest pipe. I think the charge would be to fix all of the ceilings and then go back and do what we call a heavy knockdown. That's big splotches, and then you knock it down with a soft bladed knife. Makes a nice high class finish. In my opinion, much better than the dang old popcorn and everything like that. And I believe popcorn's created by the same people who created polybutylene pipe. They suck. Whoever did that, bad. What do you think the figures on that's going to be? Repiping it, new fixtures, going from the meter new, going to be about $3,600, $3,800, somewhere in there. About $700 of that's going to be materials. The rest of it's all going to be in labor. We will we'll have to figure out this exterior, give them a quote on painting it. I don't know how much of it they want to replace as the wood goes, and we'll just have to see. It's got lap siding on the front. It's got T11 siding on the side. It's got a different type of siding on the back. 3 different types of siding. Hey, go figure. That's just a little insight in the way that I look at a job, how I bid it, so to speak. Also, remember that every time that you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever your choice is, that costs money and you need to charge for that. When you start doing that and giving it away, here's the problem that happens is that while it might do you good, win a job or two, the thing about it is that one, you should be responsible with the money you're making and put some away. But I see it all the time with people is that they go into business, they cut the price 30, 40, 50%. They get out there, they get a bunch of work and everything like that. Well, hell, you're at 30 or 40% below market rate. You'll be getting a lot of work. Well, then the problem that happens, oh man, that $900 tile saw just went out. Well, you've been making all this money. Maybe that's why it's being set at $3.50 a foot instead of the $2 that you're charging, because of the tools that you have to buy. Or you see this person go and get all this work and everything and charge real low price. Oh, your truck's down. Oh, the motor blew up. Sure. Well, you got the money. You don't have any money for a motor? Well, what do you mean you can't get to work? You don't have a backup? You don't have any money for a backup truck? Oh my gosh. That's why there's a going rate, and generally everybody that's fairly successful is going to be right around the same price, okay? You know, like in my area, LVP is about $2 to $2.50 a square foot for it to be laid. You know, if it's not a rush job. If it's set in tile, you're looking at usually between $3 and $4 a square foot for it to be, and all of that is proportional, and you never know as far as, you know, how many cuts are needing to be made, if it's, you know, 2-story, 3-story, you know, all kinds of different factors. But generally speaking, if you say, hey, it's only going to be, you know, 90-degree cuts, and you're looking at, you know, 1,500 square feet, and it's all going to be what we call stretches, you know, long runs, not a lot of cut up and not a lot of up and down, then, you know, you're closer in the $3 range. The reason I say all of this is that you have to take these things into consideration if you're going to do it for any length of time. Now, if you're going to only do one job, hit one lick, and be done, you can charge whatever you want to, because you're not worried about business tomorrow. You're not worried about your truck. You're not worried about if your saw breaks down 3 months from now, having the money to be able to repair that. So many people don't think about those things, and boom, there you have it. See, right now we're in my old turd. This is got a bad headliner and everything. This truck right here, 1997 Mazda. Why are we driving it? Because it's great. For what I could sell it for, I can't buy another one, and this is actually the first vehicle I ever bought on credit, okay? I bought it with 10,000 miles. It's got 190,000 on it. Still runs good. AC works, heat works, and everything. Why would you get rid of it? It's $50 a month for insurance. $50, and I have a backup. And I can't tell you how many people have borrowed this thing for a week, 2 weeks, while their car's being worked on, or something happened, or something of that nature. And then we got a supply getter if we ever need it. So there you have it, you know. That's why market rate, you know, and you have 2 or 3 vehicles for backup. You know, I got the Dodge, the 6.4 liter gas burner, diesel as well. Something happens with the dump trailers, guess what? I never skip a beat. I do not go out of business for lack of a vehicle. I know some of y'all might say, hey, that's ridiculous, but I'm happy with the way that I do things and the decisions that I make and the success that I enjoy. You want to enjoy what I got, then do what I do. It's quite simple. If not, I'm totally good with that as well, and it works for you. We're headed to the house. We're going to wrap it up. We got to send some emails, do some estimates and everything like that, see if we got any work coming in and everything, and then I got to make plans for tomorrow and figure out what we're doing on the schedule. I think we're going back to one of my studios and going to get it up and going so I can get it rented out and get some cash flow.